I think you still have that logo over my head.
Do I? Is
No.
my oh God, we're live, aren't we?
We are.
Fine, I'll take the logo down. Hey guys, Kevin doesn't like having my logo over his head. I suppose that's fair.
You can put my logo there.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, now we got the full Piano Man Steve branding across the whole thing.
Somehow I'm going to find where this is. They've changed this a little bit
Since the last time you went in, yeah, I can't even imagine what it looks like. I haven't done a live show just on my own in well over a year, probably longer.
Yeah. So anyway, welcome everybody to Talkin' Piano Man. This is the show where Kevin and I do not take any of your requests. We only play the songs that we want to play, no matter how depressing and awful they are, and we then see how many of you are still standing at the end of the show.
Yeah.
But we tell fun stories along the way, so I think that makes up for it, don't you, Kevin?
Fun for us. You have to be determined if the audience thinks it's fun.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm Piano Man Steve. This is my good friend. What do you call yourself?
Kevin Lawrence.
Right.
Not really a stage name. Lawrence is actually my middle name.
Right.
So I didn't do the whole like Elton John thing.
It's a little bit of a stage name.
A bit. Yeah, I figured years ago it'd be easier to remember than Kevin Hirshhorn. Even though the spelling for Lawrence is a little bit unusual, so that gets messed up anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah.
Well, anyway, we hope to do this more often than we have been lately. It's my fault.
My fault too.
Really, I have to take credit for this one, Kev. I had a little bit of a vocal issue that took me out of the game of performing for a good 3.5 months, and I've been a little cautious getting back into it as my voice healed up, so I haven't done anything except my Sunday streams, and I've been very careful, but starting to feel pretty good about it, being able to take on a more full schedule, so hopefully you'll see the two of us do this from time to time more often, maybe once a month or so.
That'd be cool.
Anyway, so Kevin, what do you want to play tonight, my friend? I think you usually take the first shift.
Do I?
Yeah, because you usually like to bail at the end because you're a weenie.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier. The last time I did this, my youngest son was still not in school, and we had the nanny here, but now it's kind of wide open, and I don't need to end at a certain time, even though I'll likely want to. And I'll just make up another excuse as to why I need to leave immediately.
Well, I can take the first shift if you want. I'm just observing our old habits.
No, I'll take it. Why not? I was having a hard time coming up with songs to play tonight, but I got a couple on here that I like, and some that I'm just gonna kind of try and wing it. But
well,
this
please,
is
tell me what you're thinking.
This is a song from the 80s by a group named Alphaville, and I think this song has been sampled a bunch in different songs. So here we go.
I'll leave the stage to you, my friend. Have at it.
Cool. Thank you.
This has a style that stands for a while. Heaven can wait, we're only watching the skies. Hoping for the best, but expecting the worst. You're gonna drop the bomb and all. Let us stay young and let us live forever. We don't have the power, but we never say never. Sitting in a sandpit, life is a short trip. Music's for the sad man. Can you imagine when this race is won? Turn your golden faces into the sun. Praising our leaders, we're getting in tune. Music's played by the madman. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever? some other melody and some other beat. Sooner or later, they all will be gone. Why don't they stay young? It's so hard to get old without a cause. Don't wanna perish like a fading horse. Youth is like diamonds in the sun. Diamonds are forever. So many adventures couldn't up today. So many songs I forgot to pay. So many dreams singing on the blue. Let them come true. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever and ever and ever? Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever and ever and ever young? Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever and ever and ever? Forever young, I wanna be forever young. Do you really wanna live forever and ever? Forever young.
Thank you.
Well done, everybody. Let's give Kevin a round of applause.
Thank you very
Stroke
much.
this man's ego. Come on.
Hey,
By the
Bill.
way-
Hey, JP.
By the way, KL, did you wear pants tonight?
I thought that was between you and me, but now that you
It's
asked,
traditionally been kind of a problem. For
yeah,
you,
I know.
so-
Well, it's up to your imagination. The camera line is set perfectly, so you can't really tell.
You're wearing an extra baggy shirt, so it might
am.
be covering some stuff up.
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
Oh,
it's a good
let's-
song.
Let's say hi.
right.
Hello, Bill. Thanks for joining us. You're looking at what's new with me. I don't know
Ooh, the
what's
blues course. What's that, Steve?
Oh, you know, I made a course about how to play the blues and boogie and gospel and soul.
Is that a new one?
Newish. Came out toward the end of last year.
I really only kind of know the blues in C. That doesn't kind of count, right? C is not a really good blues key. Give me like a good
You
blues
know,
riff.
I love your voice, man. It's very angelic, but I really want to hear you sing the blues.
I can't. I can maybe play a little bit like a. You need like another singer though. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a good lick, though.
Thank you.
All right.
I practiced that a little bit before it seems like we're doing this off the cuff, but we rehearsed that little bit. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Hey there, JP. Thanks for being here.
JP.
Spencer, thanks for joining us. Hello, Celia. Kelly Jones. Oh my gosh. Now, we normally don't do requests on these shows because we kind of come scripted, but I'm feeling really bad for you, so I might try to squeeze that in before the end of the show, okay? Much love to you. Get feeling better. Lucio. Late night, staying up in Italy for us. That's amazing.
Cool.
Grazie. And Matt, how we doing? Always good to see your name in the chat. So I'm going to take your 80s song, Kevin, and I'm going to raise you another 80s song. Now this one is by a couple of different artists. There was a Hawaiian guy named Glenn Medeiros, I think was his name, and I don't really associate the song with him, but he had a hit with this song. But before he had a hit with this song, and I actually think he had the bigger hit with this song, but it was originally recorded by George Benson. And I love to play the game of like, how many degrees of separation do I have between me and an artist?
Uh-huh.
And so Bill Champlin, who's a brilliant vocalist, songwriter, and keyboard player who was in the band Chicago for 28 years, played organ on one of my records called Second Round Draft Pick. And Bill co-wrote a big hit for George Benson called Turn Your Love Around.
Oh, yeah. That's a good song.
Bump, bump, bump. Yeah. So I'm like,
Do that dance again if you can at some point. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway,
we lost the 5 people that were watching. So I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
I think that has at least as much to do with the fact that you're pantsless over there.
I know.
As
Wow.
to my dancing. Anyway, so I'm 2 degrees of separation away from George Benson. So that's my claim to fame on this one. But I've always loved this. This is so cheesy, but it's such a sweet little song. And
Cool.
I've always loved it. It's just called "Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You." Okay, I'm gonna get rid of you now.
If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty. The nights would seem so long. With you I see forever oh so clearly. I might have been in love before, but I never felt this strong. Dreams are young and we both know they'll take us where we want to go. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I never asked for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. The world may change my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. And if the road ahead is not so easy, our love will lead the way for us, just like a guiding star. And I'll be there for you if you should need me. You don't have to change a thing. I love you just the way you are. So come with me and share the view. I'll help you see forever too. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. World may change my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love.
may change my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. The world may change my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. Thank you for the golf clap.
Very nice. I like that song.
Yeah, I dig that one.
That was an 80s tune?
Yeah.
Huh.
Early 80s.
Had that.
I know that for you, the 80s started in like 1987, but for me, they
86,
actually started
but yes.
in 1980.
Yes, 86 for me. I love the cliche, not to bring that song down at all, but that 80s key change that happened. It's killer.
Dude, let me see. My career is on like 3 different parallel tracks. I discovered Billy Joel when I was 12, and that's when I like got serious, you know, and that kind of took me into singer-songwriters, and that's how I got Elton and the Beatles and John Denver and Jim Croce and James Taylor, and that kind of really brought the 70s to me because it was full of those singer-songwriters.
Yeah.
But my youth was listening to top 40 radio, like particularly soft rock from the 80s. So that was like my go-to jam. So then as I got good at making music, that was where I really wanted to branch out as much as possible. And then I was just telling you earlier, just as a practical concern to actually get work here in Nebraska, I had to learn the country music of the 90s and the early 2000s. So those are sort of my 3 areas that I feel like I've got some prowess in.
Were you doing primarily country music in those early days at those gigs?
Not primarily, but I had to do enough of it, like to be able to. I needed to know enough of it that I could do a whole night of country, but I never did a whole night of country.
Yeah.
So it was like, hey, I could play 50 country songs tonight if you need me to, but I'm probably going to do a mix. And so as long as I could pepper in a third or even, half, depending on the crowd, then I was okay.
Yeah, that's 48 more country songs than I know how to play, which kind of puts me at a disadvantage. Actually, just lost out on a gig the other night that somebody had reached out specifically to me. They saw my videos and they wanted to hire me, and then they're like, "Oh, we want it to be country music." So didn't you see the songs that I do and the type of music that I play? And I was like, I can do like maybe 2 country songs or something. Maybe I'll learn one if you give me enough time. But they ended up hiring somebody else. So it's a bummer.
That's
I'm
all
not a
right.
big country fan.
You've got a pretty good niche.
Yeah, I'm not a big country music fan. I mean, it's just I've never gotten it.
Let me just say this. I'm not a huge country music fan of what it's become. And I've never been a huge fan of the sort of sonic background. I've never liked steel guitars that much, for example. But the songwriting with some of the stuff that's like lasted the test of time. Some of it's just, cultural, like just like redneck porn, which is not really my cup of tea. But
It's not?
No.
I thought you were into that.
Well, maybe for a little while when I was at a certain time in my life. But yeah, dude, we don't need to talk about
I
that
know,
kind of
that's true.
stuff.
Sorry.
But when it was, when somebody writes 3 chords and the truth, sometimes they squeeze out some really incredible songs that if you take out the production, the country production, and you just play the song is pretty. I've been very moved by some of those tunes.
Cool. So I was gonna do a song that I used to do a while ago, but I'm trying to remember how the intro goes. was gonna maybe do Roy Rogers. How does the intro to that song go? Let's see. No, that's
Terrible. I don't know Elton's deep cuts.
I used to, but it's a bummer that I don't remember the. Just say something while I look up to hear the song. Real
All
quick.
right. So what's going on here is that Kevin is pulling what we would call in football an audible. He's calling a play at the line. He had a different plan in place, but it just occurred to him that he'd like to play this song. And he seems really, really committed to it, folks, because he's literally listening to the song right now just so that he can remember enough of it so that he can play it for you tonight. And that tells me that he's going to give it his college best, but he's going to make a lot of mistakes. So let's all be really
100%.
gracious. Let's all be really gracious with Kevin on this one, okay? You ready?
I think so. Why not?
I'm going to get out of here.
Let's see.
You're all on your own.
Sometimes you dream, sometimes it seems there's nothing there at all. You just seem older than yesterday, waiting for tomorrow to call. You draw to the curtain, one thing's for certain, you're cozy in your little room. The carpet's all paid for, God bless the TV. Let's go shoot a hole in the moon. Oh, and Roy Rogers is writing tonight, returning to our silver screens. Comic book characters never grow old. Evergreen heroes, stories are told. And great sequin cowboy who sings out the pains, and roundups and rustlers and home on the range. Turn on the TV, shut out the lights. Roy Rogers is writing tonight. It's 9 o'clock mornings, 5 o'clock evenings. I live in the pace if I could. I'd rather have a ham in my sandwich than cheese, but complaining wouldn't do any good. Lay back my armchair, close eyes and think that I can hear beats ahead. Roy and Trigger have just hit the hilltop. My wife and the kids are in bed. Oh, and Roy Rogers is
do like that song.
Was I like painfully flat in that last tonight high part? It sounded like it to me, but
you cannot leave an opening like that for me. I mean,
I want the truth.
The truth, or to
yeah,
just
that's a hard note to hit.
No, you sounded great, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, Bill just brought up. This is sad. Roy Rogers' home burned down. He had big historic loss.
Yeah, bummer.
Yeah. So I guess it's appropriate that we were talking a little bit about country. I'm going to do a country song now. Not a 90s country, though. This one, I was having a conversation with my friend Dorothy, and I don't even know exactly how it popped up, but the phrase "behind closed doors" popped up. And we both started laughing because there's this song by a guy named Charlie Rich from 1973. It turns out that she knew it as a little girl because of a karaoke machine that her dad got her. And it was one of the 5 or 7 songs that was programmed into it. She heard it over and over and over. And, anyway, it's one that I got asked to play a lot in Mesquite. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't know it, but it's kind of a cool tune. And
Which, by the
Ray
way,
Charles-
I like the new old setup behind you. It's
thank
like
you.
bring me
I
back
feel-
to our lockdown days when we used to do this like every 2 days.
Yeah, I was really missing my studio in Mesquite, and I just decided I needed to do a better job of.
And maybe later you can go through all those things in the back and tell me what they all are.
Yeah, I will. That's fine. So anyway, I'm going to do this song because I played it a lot in Mesquite, and I like Charlie Rich's version, but Ray Charles actually covered it in a special for CMT one time, and I really kind of became a fan at that point. So this is called "Behind Closed Doors." Baby makes me proud. Oh, don't she make me proud? She never makes a scene by hanging all over me in a crowd. Sorry, 'cause people like to talk. Lord, don't they love to talk? When they turn out the lights, I know she'll be leaving with me. But when we get behind closed doors and she lets her hair hang down, and she makes me glad that I'm a man, 'cause nobody knows what goes on behind closed doors. Baby makes me smile, Lord, don't she make me smile? She's never far away or too tired to say, I want you. She's always a lady, just like a lady should be. But when they turn out the lights, she's still a baby to me. And when we get behind closed doors and she lets her hair hang down, and she makes me glad that I'm a man, 'cause nobody done.
That was an interesting key change there at one point.
Yeah, it kind of goes. It's just a half step, but I like the way it
Cool.
just kind of goes silent for a second and then.
What was I going to say? And I lost my train of thought. I got up to turn off the air conditioner because it was loud. Because I'm in my garage. Can't see the rest of it.
Real quick.
Yes, please. I
Far
want to
end.
see your gold records up there.
Well, okay, so that one is me and my college concert choir at Carnegie Hall.
Wow, that's cool.
That
Who were
was an
you?
amazing experience.
Were you singing behind an act that was there, or was it just like a?
We were invited to come perform with another choir a Mozart piece, and we performed with a full orchestra, the Coronation Mass in C on Easter Sunday. It was amazing.
Cool.
And we got to do our own 30-minute set which is on YouTube somewhere. So that's that one. This one is my very first album, which was called, I believe that was called Time for the Show. I put it out in 2000.
2000. How did you record that? Was that
And I had to actually go to a studio.
that is cool? But was it on tape?
Yeah, we put it on. We had to record it on a DAT, and then burned a CD, and then I sent a CD off to the printer, and then they made a bunch.
So where in that process was it mixed? So you go from DAT to CD. There's no computer in there anywhere, right?
They had a computer set up as well. I don't. Now that looking back on it, I think it was the very early days of digital, and I wasn't even paying attention to that sort of thing. I was just trying to keep it to $3,000 because that's what I could raise
Right.
at the time. And but anyway, it's pretty. I'm proud of it for what it was. It's very naive, very amateurish, but there's some kind of sweet stuff on there. And my ex-wife made this little thing for me. One of the nicer things that she did, actually.
You said it, not me.
No, I was just
Okay.
it was a really kind gesture, and it's
Yeah.
something I'm proud to still display. And nobody in my life has done that for me on any of the records I've made since, which all deserve one more than that one did.
Right.
Anyway, the next one over is a picture of the Chicago lineup from 1995 through 2009, which is the group I saw 12 or 13 times. This behind me is a poster from a show that I did. I was very honored. My elementary school guidance counselor passed away from cancer, and I was asked by her husband and a bunch of her friends to come do a show in her memory in Ogallala, Nebraska in 2008, and we raised about $16,000 for Relay for Life that night,
Wow.
which was really cool. And so everybody who was involved in it signed it, and that was like a promotional poster. So I got that. That was a really special experience. And right back here is the newspaper clipping from the day after I saw Billy Joel and Elton John in 1994 in Ames, Iowa, and it's got a picture of both of them from that show
Cool.
and the article.
That was the first year of that tour, right?
Yeah, it was the first time they ever did it.
I didn't go. I was 8.
I know you were late to the party.
I was.
And then finally over here, this is me all decked out in my Elton John tribute outfit.
Oh, I got to see that. Take that off the wall. Come on. No, that's all right. You don't have to do that.
No,
You can
I'll
show me
just
that.
take a picture of it and send it to you. Anyway, but that's my promotional poster that I made for the first time I ever did that in November of 2010.
Yeah,
then
and the one to
this
your
is
left.
the big Billy Joel and Elton John poster, which doesn't really come through in my videos, but they're just sort of my muse. They're there mentoring me at all times.
Cool. Now, would you like me to give you a tour of my backdrop and go
it's a
through
nice
each of
looking
these
curtain
items?
you got there.
Thank you. Yeah, this is a fake plant.
Faux.
Yeah, faux plant, a plant. This is a $10 Edison light lamp. This is a curtain with a wall behind it, and this wall actually behind that is what used to be a garage door. It still is a garage door actually behind that. But anyways, and actually one cool thing here is this. My dad ordered this off of the QVC in like 1999, I think, and it was supposed to. It's actually a working turntable under there. But it was obviously it was meant to look like a real old piece, so that's what that's there for. Anyways, is there anybody still left after that whole thing? Okay, good.
We have viewers.
All right, cool.
They're not going to bail on any of my songs.
I'm going to do a song that I did, I think, during our last live stream. So that's what you said, Steve. I wasn't sure, but I love this song. This is one of my favorite songs. I say that a lot, but this is up there. This is a song by Dire Straits, from their masterpiece album, Brothers in Arms.
Preach, brother. Preach.
Yeah. This world has made you sad. Some people can be bad. The things they do, the things they say. But baby, I wipe away those bitter tears. I'll chase away those restless fears. Turn your blue skies into gray. Why worry? There should be laughter after pain. There should be sunshine after rain. These things have always been the same. So why worry now? Baby, just when this world seems mean and cold, our love comes shining red and gold, and all the rest is by the way. Why worry? There should be laughter after pain. There should be sunshine after rain. These things have always been the same. So why worry now? Thank you. I completely skipped a verse, which is a bummer because I wanted to use that on my YouTube channel. So I'm just going to play it again. No, I'm not going to do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do a Billy Joel cut that I've been thinking about for a while. It's on the bridge from 1986, you know, when the 80s began for you. And I've just always thought this was an underrated, like, you know, because I'm pretty, like, well enmeshed into the Billy Joel fan community. Some of them hate me, some of them love me, some of them are pretty neutral about me, but they all know about me anyway because they're all searching YouTube all the time and they see my tutorials and my covers. And I've found that, you know, like there's certain deep cuts that really are quite celebrated among the masses of the fan community. And some are, in my view, just maybe a little bit overlooked. And I've always thought this one was badly overlooked. And it was a piece where they had Stevie Winwood play organ on it and kind of a pop funk thing. And
I like this song.
it's called Getting Closer. So I'm going to see if I can pull this off. When searching for the truth, but in my innocence I found all those con men and their acrobats stomp me in the ground. If I count up their percentages, I know they're getting rich, but they haven't taken everything. Those paybacks are a bitch. And although I've lost lots, I am still in control. They can keep what they've got, but they can't have my soul. And if I don't have this all worked out, well, I'm getting closer, getting closer. Still have far to go, no doubt, but I'm getting closer, getting close. What was ripped off by professionals is not all that it seems. Well, I must live up to contracts. I did not give up my dreams. If I see it as experience, it hasn't gone to waste. Lately, all the missing pieces have been falling into place. And if I could go back and start over somehow, I would not change that much, knowing what I know now. Though there have been sins I will regret, still I'm getting closer, getting closer. I don't have all the answers yet, but I'm getting closer, getting close. Yeah. Getting closer, yeah, yeah. I'm a mark for every shyster from Topanga to Berlin, and I should have learned to kick them out as soon as they crawled in. So to every bank in Switzerland stores my stolen youth, I'm alright because despite the laws you cannot hide the truth. And although you will say I am still too naive, I have not lost faith in the things I believe. And if I don't have this all worked out, well, I'm getting closer, getting closer. Still have far to go, no doubt, but I'm getting closer, getting close, yeah.
I love that one. Yeah, you do that. That one's perfect for you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
I
really
appreciate
good.
That was like sincere. I'm not used to that. From
just close enough to sincere. That was really good. Yeah. Joe wants to know, what model piano do I have? It's a long since discontinued Yamaha P155. I don't know what the new version is of that. Lord Farquaad, hello. Said hi. I'm just going through some of these comments here that I can't highlight. Yeah, those are the ones that I wanted to
What's up,
address.
Lord? I wish they were real dollar bills. They're not, but it does make me feel better having them back there.
So what's a B flat sus4 over E flat? What's the 4?
E flat.
And okay, so then an A. What's the 4 in an A sus4?
D.
Isn't that just the sus then?
Yeah, well, like there are some people that overdo it when they're writing chord symbols. Some people have this like, oh, there's a sus2 and there's a sus6 and there's a sus4, but really, they don't need to write sus4. If they just write sus, it means to raise the third to the 4.
Okay, well, hearing that song kind of inspired me to try a Billy song from the River of Dreams that I've always loved, but the chords are a little bit tricky. I don't want to mess this up. Well, who cares?
All right. I know where you're going with this.
Does that sound close enough?
It sounds close enough.
All right.
You're getting closer, Kevin. You're
Oh, it's a good one.
getting close.
Thank you.
All right.
See.
I'll go.
This is all about soul, is it?
She waits for me at night. She waits for me in silence. She gives me all her tenderness and takes away my pain. And so far she hasn't run, though I swear she's had her moments. She still believes in miracles while others cry in vain. It's all about soul. It's all about faith and a deeper devotion. It's all about soul. 'Cause under her love is a stronger emotion. She's got to be strong. So many things getting out of control. She'll drive her away. Why does she say it's all about soul? She turns to me sometimes and asks me what I'm dreaming, and I realize I must have gone a million miles away. And I ask her how she knew to reach out for me at that moment, and she smiles because it's understood. There are no words to say. It's all about soul. It's all about knowing what someone is feeling. It's all about soul. It's all about joy that comes out of sorrow. It's all about soul. Who's standing now? Who's standing tomorrow? You got to be hard. As hard as a rock in that old rock and roll. But that's only part. You know it's some hard. It's all about soul. Na 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 na. Oh. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Oh. Na 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 na.
I love that song.
Me too.
That's terribly underrated song, actually.
The lyrics are just the lyrics on that album are
Oh, and also like Billy's vocal performance on that is like one
Amazing.
of the best in his entire career. Just so much, punch.
Yeah,
It reminds me of Honesty, like that last chorus on Honesty, but it's the whole song on All About Soul.
yeah, and it really feels like, and he says it himself when he talks about the album. It's like he took a major leap ahead just in his lyrics alone on that album. So to call it quits at that moment is, I mean, I get it. It's a cool way to go out. But you listen, you read some of the words on that album, and just
I know.
just
It's
incredible command of the English language and putting things
and
together.
I write my book, and I
Right.
have my say, and I draw conclusions.
Yeah. In hell, there's a big hotel, right, where the bar just closed. Do you know that one?
Where the TV works, but the clicker is broken.
Right. That's a little dated there. I think that that's Blonde Over Blue. And then I think Great Wall of China was about his manager that screwed him, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love that song too. What
Yeah,
a
that-
great groove.
The whole
But it don't
album.
take no detective.
Yeah, amazing. And the production on that is like super raw on that album. It's like nothing he had done prior. It was just like its own thing. He took a big leap, and that's where it ended.
I just feel like that. I feel like that album is underrated by the fan community because they're all pissed that Liberty DeVito didn't play on it.
Yeah, but most of those guys didn't play on it.
Well, none of them did. I mean, other than I think they played.
I think
on
Tommy
Shades
Burns
of Grey.
did, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever
'cause
heard-
most of the guitar work was done by Dan Korchmar,
Oh, okay. Right,
the
right.
producer. So
Yeah. Have you heard the Shelter Island session demos?
no.
Oh, I got to send that to you. I'm surprised you have never heard that before.
Oh, I was on the train for like every weird like little thing that I could find, and I spent a good amount of money on eBay in the early days of eBay, getting bootlegs and soundboard concerts, and I've got a pretty extensive collection. But at some point, I just sort of like, I'm busy learning these songs. I don't have time. I don't have time
It's
to keep
cool.
up with all the nerding.
He had taken his band out to, I think, like a lobster
Right.
like warehouse or something, and they wanted to do. Billy was producing it himself, so it's cool to hear these songs before they were, what they became. And it's like they kind of threw that out. I think it wasn't supposed to be a demo. I think that was supposed to be the album.
Yeah. I remember him talking about that in that documentary they made for the.
Yeah, Operation Shutdown and Joelster have heard them, and they are on YouTube now. So,
Yeah.
so check. It's actually really cool.
There's a couple of questions I need to answer here, man. So, Nasim says, when you first started digging into finding a song's harmony, which I think he means like picking out the chords by ear, Do you think of it as a Roman numeral progression, like 1-4 minor 6-5, or mostly finding the bass and recognizing the quality of each chord? And he says, simple example would be, imagine you're in G major scale and there's a descending bass movement, G, F sharp, E, D, C, B, and on the B bass there's a G chord. What's my mental process to recognize it? I can tell you that I wasn't great at that for a long time. Like, I could generally play by ear for a long time, but not specifically. And so what I did was just, and this is dating me, but before the internet and all these apps, I just bought a lot of songbooks and played lots and lots and lots of songs, even if I wasn't that interested in the song, just because I wanted to play chord progressions. And I just kind of, that trained me, that taught me to recognize certain kinds of patterns. And so then, even if now I'm pretty good at hearing it, but I would say the first part of the process would be, like, I could hear that the bass line was going, right? And mostly what I could tell was when I was on a wrong chord. I could tell I wasn't playing the right one, but I couldn't necessarily always tell you what the right one was. But my process at that point would be, I'd be like, oh, that doesn't sound right. And then I would just look and say, what are my options? It could be, if it's a B bass, like, it could be a B minor. It could be an E minor over a B, that's like the 5 of an E minor. It could be a G over a B. And I just kind of play through my options until one of them sounded right to me. But, it's been a snowballing process. So I don't really, at this point, it's all unconscious, and I just sort of, my hands kind of know where to go, and my ears kind of know where to guide them, and all of that. But I think the most important thing is just play lots of songs and follow lots of chord sheets, because you'll start seeing patterns that repeat themselves in a lot of different people's songs.
Cool. So I want to answer Jolster's question. Can you put that up on the screen? And we can each answer it.
Let me find it here.
So to me, I think the best single off that album, and musically maybe his best work, one of his top 3 best works ever, is Lullaby. Because just I think musically, some of those chord changes that he goes into, especially towards the end, are just they're mind-blowing, to me at least. And I've tried to play that song, and I wish I had the time to really kind of sit and learn the chords the way they're supposed to be done. That one to me is definitely up there. I really love that song.
Yeah, and for me, my sentimental favorite, just like what I enjoy and what I think is, because I love the chord progression and the sophistication of the song, would be All About Soul. But it's hard for me to think that River of Dreams isn't the best single off of that one. It's not the most musically adventurous thing that he ever played, but there was something, to me, River of Dreams is one of the best matches of melody, groove, and lyrics that I've ever heard. It just, like, I can't imagine that song not having every element that's a part of it. Like, it's all the choir, I go walking in the middle of, and it's the groove, and it's also the bounciness, and like the chord progression's simple, but it needs to be simple because it's so rhythmically exciting. Because if you were changing chords like every 2 counts, you couldn't be doing this. And it just, I don't know. And then the very thoughtful lyrics with all, I love the mountains of faith and the valley of fear and the jungle of doubt and the desert of truth. It's just, I just think that's a really, really brilliant piece of work from top to bottom in writing and in production. And so that's probably what I think the best single is objectively.
Hard to do solo, just
but
piano and voice.
I share your love of All About Soul.
Yeah. And do you know Lullaby? Do you know how to play that one? With the right chords?
Yeah. Good night, my angel, time to close your eyes and save these questions for another day. Sorry. It's beautiful stuff. My favorite part, though, is this thing.
Amazing.
Like, that gives me goosebumps every time.
And then the
Someday we'll all be gone, but lullabies go on and on. They never die, that's how you and I will be.
and this is the part I always mess up. That. Damn. Incredible. Have you seen it's not online. I used to have it on, I think I taped it on VHS when it was on originally. Him on Inside the Actor's Studio.
Yeah.
And he talks about that song, and he used a term to describe musically what he did at the end. Like, was it Grieg? Was that a composer? Something
Yeah,
GR. I don't know.
He's super well versed in all the classic composers.
Yeah.
I'm not at all. Like, not at
No,
all.
me neither.
But yeah, I love that. I love that song. It's gorgeous, and it is a beautiful entry point to. Anyway, so, but we got off on a tangent, but that was fun. That was fun. That's what this is all about. We're here to be stimulated, right? This is coming at you.
Yes.
Right? All right. So let's see here. Oh. Maybe, I don't know. I'm going to have to listen to that song before I can agree or disagree with you on that one. Okay, so I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do a song. I'm obsessed with just great song crafting. Like, there's this place in Nashville where you go, and it's called the Bluebird Cafe.
Yep, I've been there once.
Yeah, and you might see an open mic there, but my favorites are when they have what they call songwriters in the round, and it's where they bring in like 4 or 5 songwriters who've had their music covered or cut by big recording artists, and they just play it, and they always strip it down to just a guitar or a piano and a vocal. And it's amazing to me how a really great song can carry itself without the production, as much as I love the production. And this is one of those tunes that to me is just like, every time I hear it, I just like, oh my God, I wish I had written this, just because it's not even for the check, just I just think it's such a great blend of compelling melody and like just a lyric that really, really just sends a sledgehammer into my heart every time. And it's Kenny Rogers turned this into a big ass hit. It's called "She Believes in Me," so that's what I'm going to play next. While she lays sleeping, I stay out late at night and play my songs. And sometimes all the nights can be so long. And it's good when I finally make it home, all alone, while she lays dreaming. I try to get undressed without the light. Quietly she says, "How was your night?" And I come to her and say, "It was all right." And I hold her tight. She believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. I told her someday if she was my girl, I could change the world with my little songs. I was wrong, but she has faith in me, and so I'll go on trying faithfully. And who knows, maybe on some special night when my song is right, I will find a way, find a way. While she lays waiting, I stumble to the kitchen for a bite. I see my old piano in the night, just waiting for me like a secret friend. There's no end while she lays crying. I fumble with a melody or two, and I'm torn between the things that I should do. Then she says, "Just wake me up when you're through." God, I know that's true. She believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. I told her someday if she was my girl, I could change the
Nice. Good one.
Thank you. Mine is incredibly old. I'm on a Baldwin Pianoville that I bought in 2001, but it's like the Energizer Bunny. It just keeps going.
Pianoville. That sounds like a 1950s car. Piano. But how's it spelled?
Piano.
Is it one word?
Yeah, and then Velle. Pianoville.
Oh, Pianoville.
I say it how I say it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it kind of sounds.
I'm
Let me
from
see if
the
I have it.
Midwest, man. I talk how I talk.
This one sounds like more like yours.
I would kill. I wish next if this thing ever dies on me, I refuse to replace it until it dies. But if it does, I'm replacing it with a Yamaha because I just think they have the best piano samples in the world. But
Yeah, this one sounds closer to what you have, but brighter, or even brighter actually. Let's see.
yours has an amazing bite to it. I give mine a little extra bite with some EQ and stuff, but their onboard sounds and samples that they do at Yamaha is just second to nobody.
I'm sure their newer models are good. I just got actually a Casio for my gigs, and yeah, they've gotten really, really good. Still doesn't compare to this one though, but I'm not taking this thing anywhere. It's like 50
No, I'm
pounds.
not either. This thing is too heavy.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe do a couple more before I give you an excuse for why I need to end this. But I could
It's
probably.
been fun. It's been a fun
It has been
discussion,
fun.
too.
Yeah. All right. This.
Guys, we got into this because we wanted to do some nerding, really.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost less about the performance and more about we just wanted to hang out and talk about stuff that we think is interesting and then play some songs we don't normally play.
Stuff that we don't cover in our private conversations in Messenger.
We seldom talk about music in our
That's
private
true.
conversations.
I may be curious to look back and see the last time we talked about music.
I don't know. You have to get past a lot of inappropriate humor first. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I was practicing this one with Steve earlier to see if I get these chords right. So
really quick, I
yeah.
forgot. Hey Ben, I've never thought to cover that song, "Broken Glass," "Walking on Broken Glass," but I'm gonna look into it now. I don't know why it wouldn't translate fine to the piano. I just have never thought to do it. So it's a good suggestion. So thanks for bringing it up.
See if you can figure out that synth riff. That whole syncopated thing. It's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see. Oh, I gotta. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. E flat.
Yeah. All right.
This is I'm gonna try this in the original key. What key do you do this in, Steve?
I usually do it in B.
In B. Hold on. Where did it go? Okay. Oh, so that's 1, 2, 3.
I usually do three half steps.
3 down.
Yeah,
let's see how far I get.
Probably more than you need to. I can do it in C, but I don't trust myself to be there reliably, so I do it in B.
And I'm gonna try it in D.
All right.
Let's see. I'm sure I'll regret it.
All right. Have at it, my friend.
Let's see. That was wrong. Let me try that again.
It used to seem to me that my life went on too fast, and I'll have to take it slowly just to make the good parts last. When you're born to run, it's so hard to just slow down. But don't be surprised to see me back in that right part of town. I'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. I'll be back in the high life again.
Yeah, this is too high. Too damn high. Let me go down to... Now, I'm not going to cheat and just hit the button on the keys. I'm going to cheat and hit the button on the transposing the chords on the song. Let me try that again. Okay.
It used to seem to me that my life went on too fast, and I'll have to take it slowly just to make the good parts last. When you're born to run, it's so hard to just slow down. So don't be surprised to see me back in that right part of town. I'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. I'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched me once will smile and take me in. And we'll drink and dance with one and free, and let the world back into me. Or we'll be a sight to see, back in the high life again. You used to be the best to make life be light to me, and I hope that you're still out there and we're like we used to be. We'll have ourselves a time and we'll dance the morning sun, and we'll let the good times come in, and we won't stop till we're done. I'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. I'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched me once smile and take us in. And we'll drink and dance with one and free, have the world back easily. Or we'll be a sight to see, back in the high light again. We'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. We'll be back in the high life again. All the doors that watched us once will smile and take us in. And we'll drink and dance with one and free, and have the world so easily. And there will be a sight to see, back in the high life again.
I don't know how many times I have to warn you to not sing things in the original key, but you are always the risk taker.
So my QuickTime, I ran out of space. That's how large this file is.
I bet it is. Because it doesn't do MP4. It does
.mov, and I had it at maximum quality. Oh, disk is full. Damn it.
bet it is.
Am I still live?
You are.
All right.
You are, but I think that's thanks to me more than you.
Yeah, I gotta. I gotta see. So
Kevin's got a 4 terabyte video.
what I was doing is I was simultaneously recording this on my local drive on my computer to get the fullest quality, so I can then repurpose and use it for my YouTube channel. But I ran out of space, and I had like, this computer only has 256, and this is the only thing that's on there. So,
Yeah.
that's a big ass file.
Okay, so I played that Kenny Rogers song a minute ago, or a few minutes ago, and it's about, having someone believe in you, that you're
I believe in you,
romantically
Steve.
inclined toward.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I don't really care that you believe in me. That doesn't help.
Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Well, anyway, so I was sort of, it's kind of like Piano Man. I was like, God damn it. I wanted to write that song, but he got to it first, And I can't write She Believes in Me because it was already written before I was born. But I wanted to write something on that theme. And I came up with a song that I'm actually pretty fond of that I ended up putting on my 2018 album, which is called, the album was called Keep This Party Rollin', and which has the most adorable picture of me on the cover as a
I think I know which one you're talking about.
playing a toy piano with a big yellow plastic wiffle ball bat on the floor right next to it, because apparently I used to like to go bang the hell out of that piano, and then I'd take that bat and just walk around with it, and then just periodically just start beating the floor with it because it was fun. Anyway, I don't remember this, but I'm told things. So anyway, this song is my homage to She Believes in Me. It's called She Thinks I Can, and you can find it anywhere that music is streamed. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. It's everywhere. So, all right, I'm going to get rid of Kevin here, and we'll see how I do playing one of my own. Everybody thinks that I'm the classic story of success. They think that I'm self-made, that I've done it all alone, 'cause I'm the best. There's someone they don't see, she's behind the scenes, cheering on a scared, pathetic man. Everything I've done, every battle that I've won, is 'cause I'm with her, and she thinks I can. She thinks I can, so I've gotta try. She thinks I can, sometimes I don't know why. But I've climbed the highest mountains, made miracles come true. Thinks I can, so I do. Ever since we met, she's inspired me to try for more. When I throw in the towel, she's there to lift me off the floor. She never hesitates, she never has lost faith. She believes in me with all her heart. When I look in her eyes, the fire lights inside, and I go out and try to reach the stars. She thinks I can, so I give it all I've got. She thinks I can, so I give it one more shot. Survive the storms that I should never make it through. She thinks I can. can, so I do. It doesn't really matter how impossible it seems. I'll find a way to do it, 'cause she believes in me. No, she thinks I can, so I dig down really deep. She thinks I can, so I get back on my feet. I've lived the life a million other men wish they could choose. She thinks I can, so I do. I've climbed the highest mountains, made miracles come true. She thinks I can. Thank you.
Nice.
Catch the homage to the original She's Got Away there at the end?
I missed it.
Well, you know how like in the live, famous version of She's Got Away, the piano vocal, he gets to the end and he's like, she's got away without her. Don't know why it is, but I know that I can't live without her anyway.
Is that just on the live one?
Right. But on the original, back in 1971, he's like, she's got away.
Yeah, he sounds like a chipmunk.
Like a chipmunk, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know why it is, but I know that I can't live without her.
That live one was from Songs from the Attic, right?
Yeah. But at the end, he just goes, anyway. Just
Oh, and
leaves
that's
you
how it
hanging.
ends?
And I did. She thinks I can.
Right.
It's an incredibly pretentious way to end the song.
Sure. It's nice, though. It's a good song.
Thank you.
All right, I'm going to do one more. I'm heading out of here.
All right.
Yeah. Steve, this has been fun.
It's been real.
It's been like, 8 months or so? I think I saw the last one was in May. How many months ago was that?
I don't know. It's been too
No,
long.
like 6 months, 7 months. Yeah, so anyways.
Let's do this more often now.
Yeah. We'll
Kevin's
try.
trying to monetize videos now and make money off YouTube, so he's going to make himself more available.
Trying.
It has
Dabbling.
nothing to do with wanting to hang out with me as much as I wish
No.
it did.
No, not at all.
I know.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to do another high song, but let's give it a try. This is one of my favorite bands from the early 2000s. Band is Keen.
All right.
I'm going to hit the, they used one of those, what's the model of that vintage suitcase piano? The CP something? You know what I'm
Yeah, it sounds a lot like a Fender Rhodes. But
Yeah, it sounds like this, I think. Or, no, more like this one. Yeah, okay.
All right,
try
man.
that.
Let me get out of your
CP80,
way.
Operation Shutdown. That sounds about right.
All right. Knock 'em dead.
I walked across an empty land. I knew the pathway like the back of my hand. I felt the earth beneath my feet. Sat by the river and it made me complete. Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. came across a fallen tree. I felt the branches of it looking at me. Is this a place we used to love? Is this a place that I've been dreaming of? Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin. And if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This can be the end of everything, so why don't we go somewhere only we know? Somewhere only we know. Oh, simple thing, where have you gone? I'm getting old and I need something to rely on. So tell me when you're gonna let me in. I'm getting tired and I need somewhere to begin. And if you have a minute, why don't we go talk about it somewhere only we know? This can be the end of everything, so why don't we go? So why don't we go? This can be the end of everything, so why don't we go somewhere only we know? Somewhere only we know. Somewhere only we know.
That
you.
was beautiful. That was a really, that's a super match for your voice.
Thank you.
It's the kind of thing I would play because I like it, and then I'll get criticized because my falsetto sucks. I got a really
That-
shitty comment about that the other day, actually, on my live stream.
There's actually one thing that we do, Steve. We constantly share shitty and insulting comments that are made on each of our channels and send them to each other. We got to pull some of them up. Some are really good, especially when they start making fun of our.
And then we brainstorm on what the response should be if we had no filter.
I really wish I can respond to some of these things the way I really want to.
Yeah. I'm going to do one last song as well. And I've been trying to make peace with the 1990s a little bit, bring it more into my... So sometimes what I can do is take the easy ones, which is play songs from the 90s by artists that are more associated with other eras that did well. And one of them was this amazing piece by... Babyface actually wrote this and produced it, but Eric Clapton cut this song, and it was on the soundtrack for the movie Phenomenon with John Travolta.
Yes, change the world. Is that what it is?
And
I love that
just
song.
think this is a brilliant piece of work, and so this is going to be my swan song for the evening. Kev, appreciate it, man.
It's
just
been fun.
Always great to actually see your face and talk instead of just read your snarky commentary.
Yeah. Likewise. One of these days we got to do this in person, right? We've only known each other for how many years now?
I think the first time that we communicated has to have been about 2011, 2012. So
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Well, one of these days we'll do it. We'll take this act on the road.
Oh, we will not.
And we'll sell out
you
theaters.
wouldn't do that. Don't make promises that you Do not write checks you can't cash. You
If
are
it pays
now
the bills.
officially. Oh yeah, right. You guys have no idea what it's like to talk to this guy. I'm like, we should think about da 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 da, and he's like, here's a long, exhaustive list of things that are going to go wrong with that if we try it.
That's right. That's the truth. That is the truth.
No, but I will visit you in Florida, and we will, because I know you're not going anywhere.
No.
And it isn't because you have kids. That's just the excuse that you can use.
It's true.
So, all right. So anyway, we'll try to do this again soon, guys, and I'll kind of play us out. Kev, have a good night, man.
Thank you, Steve.
If I could reach the stars, pull down the view, shining on my heart, so you can see the truth. And this love I have inside is everything it seems. But for now I find it's only in my dream, but I can change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could change the world. Baby, if I could change the world. If I could be king, even for the day, I'd take you as my queen, yeah. I'd have it another way, and now love would rule in this kingdom we have made, and then I'll be a fool Hey, for those of you that put requests in there, we apologize. This is just not really a request show. Doesn't mean we never would play one. It's not really what we set it up to be. But catch us on our regular live streams. I go every Sunday at the same time, which is 5 o'clock on the East Coast, 2 o'clock on the West Coast, and do the math everywhere else. And Kevin doesn't do it as regularly as I do, but watch his channel because when he's in the mood, he'll go live, and his is always fantastic, and we do operate almost entirely off of requests in those settings. So, but thanks for giving us the space to get together and be a couple of jackasses, which is what we really want more than anything, and to just have a fun conversation and share some music and talk about it and what it means to us and what it might mean to you. And we're just really happy that there's someone out there listening. So thanks a lot. And I always end my shows by telling everybody, if you're a musician, remember, if you're not having fun when you're making music, you're doing it wrong. And for everybody, give as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. None of us knows when the ride comes to an end for us, so leave it all on the table, out on the field, right? You know, don't have any regrets. All right, we love you guys. Thanks, and we'll try to get back and do this again in a month or less. Thanks a lot.